Welcome back guys to a new League 2 prediction video. Let's go. First game, Carlisle United versus Southend United. Let's look at both teams' last result. Carlisle United's last result was a 3-0 away defeat to Cambridge United. And Southend United's last result was a 4-0 home defeat to Harrogate Town. And for this game I'm going to go for Carlisle United 2, Southend United 0. Next game, Colchester United versus Bolton Wanderers. Let's look at both teams' last result. Colchester United's last result was a 0-0 draw away to Bradford City. Bolton Wanderers' last result was a 1-0 home defeat to Forest Green Rovers. For this game, I'm going to go for Colchester United 1, Bolton Wanderers 1. Next game, Crawley Town versus Scunthorpe United. Let's look at both teams' last result. Crawley Town's last result was a 2-0 away defeat to Port Vale, and Scunthorpe United's last result was a 1-0 draw at home to Newport County. For this game, I'm going to go for Crawley Town 2, Scunthorpe United 1. Next game, Exeter City versus Port Vale. Look at both teams' last result. Exeter City's last result was a 2-2 draw away to Salford, and Port Vale's last result was a 2-0 home win against Crawley Town. For this game, I'm going to go for Exeter City 1, Port Vale 2. Next game, Forest Green Rovers versus Bradford City. Let's look at both teams' last result. Forest Green Rovers' last result was a 1-0 away win to Bolton Wanderers. And Bradford City's last result was a 0-0 draw at home to Colchester United. For this game, I'm going to go for Forest Green Rovers 2, Bradford City 0. Next game, my team Grimsby Town versus Salford City. Look at both teams' last result. My team Grimsby Town lost 1-0 away to Walsall, very disappointing. And Salford City's last result was a 2-2 draw at home to Exeter. For this game, I'm going to go for Grimsby Town 1, Salford City 0. Next game, Harrogate Town versus Walsall. Let's look at both teams' last result. Harrogate Town's last result was a 4-0 away win to Southend United. And Walsall's last result was a 1-0 home win against my team Grimsby Town. For this game, I'm going to go for Harrogate 1, Walsall 2. Next game, Leyton Orient versus Mansfield Town. Look at both teams' last result. Leyton Orient's last result was a 1-0 away win to Oldham Athletic, and Mansfield Town's last result was a 0-0 draw at home to Tranmere Rovers. For this game, I'm going to go for Leyton Orient 0, Mansfield Town 2. Next game, Morecambe versus Cambridge United. Let's look at both teams' last result. Morecambe's last result was a 2-1 away win to Cheltenham Town, and Cambridge United's last result was a 3-0 home win against Carlisle United. For this game, we're going to go for Morecambe 1, Cambridge United 1. Next game, Newport County versus Barrow. Look at both teams' last result. Newport County's last result was a 1-0 draw away to Scunthorpe United, and Barrow's last result was a 1-0 draw at home to Stevenage. For this game, I'm going to go for Newport County 2, Barrow 0. Next game, Stevenage versus Oldham Athletic. Let's look at both teams' last result. Stevenage's last result was a 1-1 draw away to Barrow, and Oldham Athletic's last result was a 1-0 home defeat to Leyton Orient. For this game I'm going to go for Stevenage 1, Oldham Athletic 1. Last game, Tranmere Rovers versus Cheltenham Town. Let's look at both teams' last result. Tranmere Rovers' last result was a 0-0 away draw away to Mansfield Town, and Cheltenham Town's last result was a 2-1 home defeat to Morecambe. For this game I'm going to go for Tranmere Rovers 2, Cheltenham Town 0. Thank you for this video, subscribe down below, up the Mariners.